YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. So this house I had been working on for a while now, and I'm a little bit proud of this house because I think this is the first actual bigger house that I've built. I mean, it's still only a two-bedroom home, but it's bigger than a lot of the houses I'm used to building. I'm used to building kind of smaller homes or community lots. So this one, I actually put a lot of time and effort into this house, and it didn't turn out perfect. I'm still a little bit new to building. But I think it came out well enough. And I really liked this kind of. I feel like all my houses are L shapes, but I kind of feel like this house has its own L shape thing going on. But yeah, so I'm really excited about this house. Um, it takes me a while to figure out exactly what I'm wanting to do with it and get the roof and the landscaping right, but it ends up coming out just so pretty. But yes, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Um, so kind of something to think about while I'm making this video. I Next month in April is World Autism Awareness Month, and I've really been thinking about wanting to do some type of fundraising for that month. My middle daughter is autistic. She just received her official diagnosis a few weeks ago, but it's kind of one of those we kind of knew and suspected for a long time. So I've been wanting to do kind of a fundraiser for Autism Speaks this upcoming month. And I've been going back and forth on how I want to do it. If I want to do like a let's play series, if I want to do some speed builds. I haven't completely decided, and I'm not committed to anything yet. I am totally open to suggestions. If there's something you want to see, just pop it down there in the comments below and I'll take it into consideration. um but see, I was leaning towards a 100 baby challenge for a little while, but at the same time I feel like we're kind of in deep with our Flargon challenge right now, and I don't really want to stop the Flargon challenge. So I'm kind of considering just making the channel go as per usual, but just having an autism talking about the Autism Awareness Month kind of at the beginning of each video, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet, so I'm open to suggestions, like I said. But that's kind of where I'm at right now because I don't really want to stop our Flargon challenge because I'm having so much fun with our Flargon challenge. Oh, I can't even say anything right now because I don't want to post spoilers. Um, but I obviously, as I play, I'm maybe a little ahead of what videos are on YouTube right now because it takes a little while to edit the videos and get them ready to come up for you guys. So I know what happens and I don't want to say anything, but I'm so excited about this challenge. So if you haven't seen my Flargon videos, definitely check them out. I will put links to them up above. But it's a really fun let's play. So I don't really want to stop that right now just to start another let's play. So I want to continue with that. So I'm trying to think of other ways I can incorporate autism awareness into the channel. And it's something very not just autism awareness. Obviously autism awareness is very important and special to me as my daughter is autistic, but I'm kind of one of those. I want to do different things on this channel to try to help different people. I don't want this to be just well, I don't want to say just a YouTube channel because there's work that goes into all YouTube channels. It's never just a YouTube channel. But I want to use my platform to help others. That's something that's very important to me, helping other people. So having a YouTube platform, I feel, kind of gives me a little bit of a responsibility to be able to help others who need it. So it's just, to me, as a personal thing, it's very important that I do that. So like I said, open to suggestions. I'm still considering, but I will definitely be doing something autism wise during the month of April. Right now I'm starting on the inside of the house. This house actually has an attic. It has a little bitty attic space that you can see with the ladder there. So I kind of thought that was kind of neat because it actually, I made it look like an attic too, like with how it gets decorated and such. You can very easily tell it's a storage space for the attic. So I felt that was neat. Um, I've kind of noticed, I don't think I do it in this house, but I have noticed with some of my houses in the past, I keep the wood floors in the kitchen. And some people have kind of asked me about that, like why would you do that? Why not put tile in? And I think it comes down to my first house that I bought that I absolutely loved. I don't live there anymore now, but I did. I loved that house. Um it had wood floors in the kitchen because the kitchen and living room, it was a very open floor plan, so they just kind of ran together. So I had my hardwood floors in my kitchen, and then thinking back, my parents' house has hardwood floors in the kitchen. So it's, to me, I guess it's just a normal type thing to have hardwood floors in the kitchen. I don't know why, but that's just kind of where my mind's set with it. So yeah, I put hardwood floors in my kitchen sometimes. I can't remember if I do it in this build. I might do it in this build where I have hardwood floors in the kitchen. I thought I changed them to tile, but I may not have. I may have kept them as hardwood. I guess we'll see as we go on. It's been a minute since I built the kitchen to this because it took me a while to build this house. It really did. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It's just it took some time. So you kind of lose memory sometimes of exactly what you did. I do like how this kitchen came out. I used a lot of stuff from the cool kitchen pack. I do put the tiles in this kitchen. I thought I did. I use a bunch of the stuff from the cool kitchen pack, and I kind of I like that pack. I'm a little bit behind on the packs. Well, I have all the expansion packs and all the game packs, but the stuff packs I'm a little behind on. I never really went and bought all of them, so I'm kind of going through now, and the ones that I don't have, I'm buying every paycheck we get. I'm buying one pack, one of the stuff packs, just so I can finally get up to date with them. But for a long time, I didn't buy any of the or I would buy the stuff packs, but I would only buy the stuff packs that I was excited about. I did not buy all of them. But I would buy, okay, first off, I will buy every expansion pack no matter what because I love having worlds in this game. That's my favorite thing about The Sims 4, I think, is seeing the different worlds and also seeing the different people who live there and their stories. I really want to make a YouTube series on where we go through and rebuild everything and add new people and new Sims and different stories and stuff like that to the Sims because that is just, I think that is the most fun aspect of gameplay for me is just kind of creating a world. I'm working on the kitchen lighting right now. I was kind of trying to decide what I wanted. I didn't want to do the circle saucer lights because I do those so much and it's so easy to do them because they're tiny, they blend in, you don't really notice them so you get this clean look and that's great, but at the same time I don't know. I wanted lights that kind of fit the room, and I kind of think these lights do that. I do end up going back and forth with lights a few different times. But I also decorated the laundry room, and now I'm about to start on the attic. And I kind of like this because it legit looks just like a storage space. This is where I put the holiday decoration boxes for when you want to put lights and stuff up outside your house. And I always feel like it's kind of hard to find a place to put that in the house that it makes sense. It usually ends up getting shoved off in some corner and is usually just a strange part of the house, but making a little attic like this, it kind of fits in. Like in this case, it's just another thing up in the attic. So I put all kinds of junk up here. I put the little hand from Paranormal. That vase right there, that red vase, is my item from the Star Wars pack, since it's kind of a running joke that I add at least one item from the Star Wars pack in all of my builds. Um, but yeah, I think it was really. Oh, that rug I believe is also from the Star Wars pack. But yeah, I think it was just kind of fun making an addict. I'm not really sure why, but I just had a bunch of fun with it. Working around with the staircase now. That corner in underneath the staircase was kind of dark, and I was trying to figure out a way to kind of lighten that up a little bit. I ended up coming back to it later. I didn't want to put a wall there because I wanted the staircase to kind of be open. I didn't want it to be necessarily hidden behind a wall, but um, yeah, I come back to it in a little bit. Working on the downstairs guest bathroom, I'm always trying to use that little picture of sunflowers, and I can never seem to fit them into my builds until now. So that I felt was a good thing. I'm using our custom content flowers that we got on the update, and oh, I'm so excited we got those. Those were really, really cool. I do end up putting a half wall there around the staircase just to kind of pull it into the room, I guess is the best way I can say it. I don't really know the words I'm looking for there. Right now, I'm trying all different kinds of lighting just to see what I can do to make that part of the room there kind of feel a little better. That weird corner in the staircase, it just irked me for such a long time. And I tried putting plants, I tried putting lights, and it just it was really getting to me. I could not figure out what I wanted to do, but I just felt like we needed something in that corner. Um, but I can't remember how I solved that. I don't know. Now I'm interested. I'm as invested in this as you guys are at this point, trying to remember what I do to solve that issue. I think I may just leave those flowers there and move on with it. Adding kind of a little study area, a desk, a bookshelf, stuff like that. I really kind of think the downstairs of this house became, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say elegant, but kind of like a show house. You know what I mean? Where you go, like if you're gonna go buy a house, and you know how they have the homes for show type thing. I kind of feel like that's what the bottom floor of this house came out as. Very clean, very very just not. I don't want to say not lived in, but kind of not lived in. Very. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I did put a little hidden treadmill area in back behind the staircase with that little bitty room. I kind of thought that was a little bit funny because it feels like sometimes it's hard to find a good area for your treadmill that's not in the way, and I don't know, that kind of amused me having a treadmill behind the walls. I'm working on the seating area right now. And I do call this a seating area instead of a living room because, as you will see, I end up not putting a TV down here on this build. I know there's one there right now, but I end up taking it away. And I kind of how I said before, where I felt like the downstairs of this home kind of became a little more of like a showroom. That's kind of what this area right here ends up being, is a little bit of a showroom. I figure it's maybe an area for Sims to come and talk, maybe read a book, do quiet things. I imagine the Sims who live here are fairly wealthy, so maybe they entertain work colleagues or their boss or something like that, something along those lines, because this ends up turning out just very formal looking almost. Now the upstairs kind of makes it look a little bit more like somebody lives here. But I kind of liked this style because I haven't done anything like this with any of my builds in a long time, and I do kind of like that this little corner part becomes almost like its own little room, kind of a break off section from the rest of the that house. I just thought that I felt like that was a really neat touch. I haven't done anything like that before, and I think it really kind of pulls attention there. So I really liked it. I used a lot of things from the Snowy Escape expansion pack. Those couches, those chairs. I'm fairly sure those coffee tables and lights came with that expansion pack also. The only problem it leaves is I still have a good chunk of the room that I haven't decided what to do with yet. So kind of putting some things in, trying to decide just a way to fill the space. I don't necessarily want there to be a bunch of empty space in this house. So at this point, I'm just kind of trying to fill the space, see what works, things like that. I put a little coat rack there, and I'm wanting to say I put an art easel over here in the corner. No, it might be an aquarium. I'm not sure, but oh, it's a bonsai tree. Just kind of trying to find ways to fill the space, make it not feel quite as empty. But at the same time, I do kind of like this feel for the house because there's so much going on in that corner, and then there's so much that goes on in the kitchen. I feel like it maybe a little bit of breathing space between everything that's going on. I do like that kind of triangular corner though for the seating. I feel like that's not something that's seen often, so it definitely changes things up a bit. I'm almost done with the downstairs now. Like I said, I went back and I debated a few times over what lights to put where, because I did want to use different lights other than those little circle lights, but um, at the same time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I do go and put those little circle lights in the fixtures of those bigger lights though, because that's a little trick I have to kind of make the lighting even, because some of the lights in this game have a very warm tone, but then some of them have a very cool tone, and sometimes it can just be hard to balance the light tone. So I putting those little saucer lights hidden into each of the lights really helps that. Now, that saying, it does kind of kill your energy consumption bills. Just saying, I'm not too sure I like that that was added, but at the same time, I kind of think living in a house like this, your bills would be killed anyway. It's a pretty big house. Um, just kind of working on the upstairs now. This upstairs area I kind of feel is more the living room than the downstairs area. It's more, you can tell it's kind of more of a family area where people actually do things. There is a bonsai tree, for skill building, but there's also an art easel. There's two bedrooms up here, another bathroom. There's a chess table. I like that wooden chess table that we got from what pack did we get that in? We got that in the camping pack that I can't think of what its name is right now. But I like that little chess table. I thought that was kind of neat. I put a research computer up here. Which when I get into the second bedroom, the sim who I decorated this room for, you can tell is a Foxberry student. So definitely a college student there. So I thought the research and debate little computer there would be a nice touch, because that is such an important skill with almost all of the university degrees. Um, so yeah, I definitely wanted there to be some skill building items up here, and I think there's a fair amount. Um, but yeah, like I said, this is definitely more the living room area, definitely more of an area that's been lived in, as opposed to the downstairs that's maybe a little bit more formal. Working on the um, college student's bedroom now. He has a desk with his own computer. I kind of felt maybe he could be a Foxberry sports player. He has a bunch of Foxberry stuff all over his room. He has a Foxberry soccer ball. If you look outside his room, he has a trophy lined shelf. So, sports player, very excited about, starting college, stuff like that. I really like the university expansion pack, but I haven't played a lot of it. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever sent any of my Sims to Foxberry. I think I always end up sending my Sims to Brightchester. I may need to do a playthrough where my Sims go to Foxbury, because that might be something I need to do. Um, Working on the parents' bed right now, watching that bed get placed. There is a Vincent Van Gogh Starry Night bed that I keep meaning to use in one of my builds. I think it's such a neat thing to have in there, and I keep meaning to use it, and I guess I just kind of forget it exists. So I definitely want to use that in a build in the future. Kind of cluttering up mom and dad's dresser because real world, let's face it. And they have just a basic master bathroom, nothing very fancy in there, but like I said, this is more of a lived in area than the rest of the house downstairs. So yeah, we're coming up on the end of the build now. And I kind of like how this house came out. Like I said, that corner section there, it, I think I like it because it's different. If that makes any sense, a very different thing. You don't see that often. I'm loving the cool kitchen stuff pack that I got. It's really really fun, and I like the build items. Not to mention, I like having ice cream in the game. Um, and a laundry room. I don't feel like we see a whole lot of laundry room builds either. So that was kind of fun to include. I'm loving the attic because hello, it's an attic. How many builds do you see with an attic? So I feel like this house has a good balance between realism, like how real people would live, if that makes sense, and kind of a formal side to it too. So I really enjoyed this build. I think this was the first really big build that I've done. But this build is on the Sims 4 gallery, and that is all for today. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help us out, and I will see you next time. Bye.